Alright, so what story are you telling me today?
Telling you the story about two angels who protected me and kept me from killing myself or getting killed on the highway. In 1961, no, 62, early 63, I was a newlywed, stationed in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, and my wife was a senior at Virginia Union University up in Richmond, Virginia, and I used to drive up every weekend. Because I was newlywed, I'd wait till the last minute. I had to be back Monday morning, 6 o'clock, for a roll call at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. And one weekend, well, I normally had riders. Chief Rogers would ride with me, or Lump, we call him Lump. William Payne would ride with me. But one weekend I was by myself, and no big deal. I mean, it was 350 mile trip, sometimes two gas stops, one coffee stop. Well, that particular Sunday night, I waited, fell asleep, and when I woke up, I had something like 5.5 to 6 hours to make it back to the base, otherwise it'd be AOL. So I took off in my car and got out of Virginia, got into North Carolina, and got sleepy. Well, we had all kinds of tricks, those of us who drove every weekend, for when you get sleepy. You stop and buy 2 cups of coffee. One you drink, the other one you hold up on the door, so that when you hit a bump, that hot stuff would fall in your lap, that wake you up, and you'd be good for another 10, 15 miles with your thighs and your genitalia burning. And the coffee worked for a little while, but I got sleepy again. We knew when there were long, straight stretches of road. I mean, we knew the road like the palm of our hand. We knew where the cops were. We knew where the radar was set up. We also knew in those long stretches of road where we could close our eyes for a few minutes, just keep the wheel straight and take a little cat nap. Crazy, stupid stuff. I was fighting sleep. I had the windows open, trying to stay awake. And I started, not consciously, intentionally taking a nap, but dozing off while driving and easing across the line. Well, this car ran up behind me and started flashing its light, blaring the horn, beep, 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 blowing the horn and flashing the light, blowing the horn and flashing the light. And I got back over and thanked them. 18-wheeler going by. It's a 2-lane highway, 2 lanes, not no 4-lane divided median. It's a 2-lane highway south of Emporia, Virginia, into North Carolina and down to the base. That happened 3 or 4 times. I would doze off, and they would run up behind me, blaring the lights, flashing the lights and blaring the horn. So finally they got on my nerves. I slowed down. I slowed down and signaled for them to come on by, and they wouldn't pass me. I said, oh man, well, it's okay. It's okay. I sped back up and got to Rocky Mountain. When I got to Rocky Mountain, there's a 90-degree turn in the road, a big gas station where most of us stopped on the weekend, most of us meaning sailors who were stationed at Wilmington, North Carolina, and Marines who were stationed at Camp Lejeune. I pulled into the big service station truck stop and to get some coffee, some more coffee. And the car that had been behind me, flashing its lights and blaring the horn, pulled up beside me. And it was a white woman. This is 1963 on the passenger side. Her husband's a white guy driving. 1963, the height of the civil rights movement, the height of the hoses and the German shepherds, the height of us being called all kinds of names, and racial tensions were very high. And the lady rolled down the window and she said, "Are you all right?" I said, "Yes, I'm fine. I'm fine." And I went inside. They sat in their car next to my car. And when I came out with my little 2 cups of coffee, she said, "Do you want me to drive for you? I see you have a base sticker. You're going to Camp Lejeune, so are we." I had looked down when I went to in front of their car and seen their base sticker and saw that they were in fact from Camp Lejeune. Enlisted men like myself, we had red stickers with yellow letters on the Marine Corps colors. Officers had yellow stickers with red letters. This was an officer sticker. And when I went to go get the coffee, I wrote down the number in case anything jumped off. People would know what car it was. I wrote the license plate down and the base sticker down. I came back and they were sitting right there. And she said, "You sure you don't want me to drive?" I said, I'm sure. I do not want a white woman driving my car in North Carolina. All she got to do is say brake. Just, you don't have to scream it. Just say the word, and I'm done. I said, no. She said, well, you want my husband to drive? You know, oh, he's in the Klan. I know, no. So we'd had some Klan incidents. We'd had some problems on the base, and we had some problems down in Wilmington, North Carolina. The sailors in Wilmington, North Carolina had, black sailors had gotten into sort of a small riot over the civil rights marches and the stuff that the guys were saying on that base when the ship's down there. So I don't want no white man driving my car with his wife following or us following. No. I'm fine. They wouldn't budge. So got back in the car, and when I pulled out, they pulled out, and they followed me. And once or twice between Rocky Mount and the base, I got sleepy again, and was drifting across the median or drifting onto the shoulder. They run up behind me, flash the lights, blow the horn up straight. When we got to Ridgeland, North Carolina, which is literally about from here, 95th and Cottage, to Western from the front gate, the sun was coming up. 15 minutes to roll call, and they pulled up next to me. She rolled down and she said, can you make it from here? I said, I certainly can. Thank you so much. She said, no problem. And they pulled in front of me. I pulled out my paper and checked the numbers as they pulled past me. I had the base sticker number and the license number. I had written them down correctly at night. Because I got to go thank these people, because they really saved my life. And went to the barracks, went to roll call, did the day's work. At 3 o'clock when Liberty went, I went up to the MP office to find out who they were so I could thank them. And the guy up there is telling me there's no such base sticker by that number, no such license plate by that number. And he's white, so he doesn't want me to have it because this is an officer sticker, right? And you think I'm going to do something, all I want to do is thank them. Well, I hear what you're saying, right? But there's no such sticker. There's no such license plate on this base. There's no such sticker registered to anybody on this base. I'm a fool, right? I checked the number twice. And you're going to tell me that there's no such sticker, no such person. Fine. I got the message. You know, I'm black, they're white. Cool. So I go back to the base, back to barracks, pardon me, and I'm fussing with JB, telling JB what happened. This guy lying to me. And he said, well, you know, it is what it is. Race ain't nothing changed. It was before the march, which was August of '63. So this was like February, March. Phone rang down. We don't have phones in the barracks at Camp Lejeune. You have a phone on the hall, a public payphone. And Japanese came and said, hey, Wright, you got a call now, long distance call on the payphone. I went running down, because nobody called me down there. I thought maybe it's Janet, because I didn't call back until I made it already. I was cutting it close to roll call. I pick up the phone, it's my mother. And she says, Aunt Hattie. Aunt Hattie was my great aunt. Aunt Hattie was my father's aunt. Aunt Hattie was one of those black women born with the veil over her eyes who could see things. Aunt Hattie was somebody my sister and I was scared of when we were growing up. Mommy says, Aunt Hattie said to call you. You almost died last night on the highway. And God sent 2 angels to keep you alive. And you need to know that there are white angels too. And these were white people, a man and a woman in a car, who followed you all the way to the base.
Had you told her about that?
I ain't told nobody nothing. I hadn't told, and I said I got off at 3 o'clock. I went up to the provost, MP office. I came back to the barracks. I'm fussing with JB about what happened. My mother calls from Philadelphia to tell me Aunt Hattie, who lived in Philadelphia, had seen these 2 white people save my life and wanted me to know that God had sent his angels to keep me from dying. And she said, and he needs to know, yes, there are white angels. And I'm holding the phone like Twilight Zone in shock. And I remembered, as my mother quoted the scripture, he will give his angels charge over thee to keep you in all your ways. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow you. That God protects you when you don't even know it. And that was a story that will live with me forever in terms of how weird it was, how wonderfully weird it was. Aunt Hattie's to Philadelphia, that's 500 miles from Camp Lejeune. I'm in Camp Lejeune, and she calls my mother and says, your son almost died last night out on the highway, but God sent 2 angels to follow him. And that's my story for the day. It's one of the ways in which God has been so gracious to me across the years. I just wanted to share it.
Coming for to carry me home.
talk to Aunt Hattie about it?
Oh yeah, when I went to Philadelphia. Next time I went home to Philadelphia, I asked her about it.
And what she?
She said it was a green car. 2 white people in it.
There was a band of angels dressed in long white robes running after me.
I was just stunned when I get this call. I'm busy fussing. I'm back in my squad bay fussing. Man, the man's been lying to me. I wrote the number down. I looked at it. I wrote it down in Rocky Mount. And when they went past me, I checked it back to see. Because sometimes guys will take a license plate or a sticker.
Yeah.
I want to see the back sticker match the front sticker. Because if the decals that you got to peel off the back, it doesn't come off. And then I had the number right. I know the number was right. And this guy's telling me no such car. No such people. And I'm mad. I said, he's lying. You know he's lying because I'm black, he's white. There's a white officer. He don't want me to mess with the man. I'm just fussing. I said, no. There really are no such people. Those were angels. God sent his angels to keep you alive. I preached about that once. I don't know what sermon it was in, but I preached about that in Trinity.
Did you?
Yeah.